Hey everybody, welcome back to Podcasts and Such, where we are watching Mob Psycho 100 2 episodes at a time. I'm Jay.
And I'm Luke.
And, well, come on, Firefox. I wanted the episode titles. Yeah, come here. Firefox, not opening for me.
Put this in, yeah. This is
No, I'm
good.
not gonna put this in. You know I cut this stuff out, you know that, right?
No, this is the best part.
All the fumbling around, I always cut out. Well, Firefox isn't opening for me, so okay, today we are discussing episodes 9 and 10. I knew the I had it open because I wanted to. Okay, come on, Fire. Okay, it's not a. Today we are just. Today today we are discussing episodes 9 and 10. Show me what you got, band together, and collision power type.
Did Firefox open?
No, it did not. I just remembered the titles.
Oh, okay. You didn't
Yeah.
write them down or something?
But that's what the Firefox tab is for.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. But whatever. So, before we get into like the main meat of these episodes, I actually wanted to talk about some meta things about the show.
Ooh, meta.
Yeah, so I won't be reading these these interviews verbatim or anything. I'll just kind of vaguely describe them. I will be linking them down below. They were translated by Twitter user Katya Talks. Basically, last episode, I think it was one of the executives was like, hey, you know what? We really gotta end on Mob walking into his house on fire and then just cut right there. We
Mm-hmm.
really, really want to do that. So, but to have enough episodes to do that, they had to expand the season to 13 episodes instead of 12.
Mm-hmm.
And they also had to do one other thing, and that was make last episode long enough. So they specifically asked one to draw an omake that they could put in that episode. And that omake was about Tsubomi going to spirits and such.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that was filler. That was filler content.
Well, no, I wouldn't call it filler, I'd call it bonus.
Bonus.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like not part of the main story, but still interesting and canonical.
Okay.
And and then a little thing about our own podcast is I kind of contemplated us watching the first 3 episodes of season 2 here all together, and then going and doing episodes on odd numbers, because then we would watch the Mogami arc all together and the Separation arc all together. But then I remembered, oh, I really want that cliffhanger of episode 8 to happen, though, so we're just gonna do it the regular way we've been doing it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Whatever works.
So, that's just a little thing I wanted to share there.
I didn't know this.
No, you did not.
I'm learning at the same time as future podcast listener is.
Yeah. Yep. A little inside baseball for y'all.
So before they wanted to extend that episode and everything, Tsubomi did even less in Mob Psycho 100. That's what you're telling me.
Yes, you did even. I knew telling you this would not reflect well on Tsubomi's character. Yeah, you know, she did even less.
Wow. Yeah, I guess we need some extra material. Tsubomi's not doing anything, as usual.
Yeah, well, you know. But yeah, so this first episode of this couple year, so Mob doesn't quite unlock the unknown percentage again, because Dimple kind of snaps him out of it by almost lying to him in a panic.
Right. They watching that, I felt like they resolved that like really quickly.
Yeah, it does happen pretty quick, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, he still went 100% obsession of figuring out what happened to his family and all.
Sure, yeah. I mean, it didn't entirely resolve the situation or anything,
Yeah.
but we went from, you know, this like, oh no, is Mob's parents dead? To like beginning of next episode. No, they're not.
Well, I mean, we're still held in suspense for almost half the episode. That is,
Yeah.
unless you absolutely trusted both Dimple and Reagan's word on that.
Sure, yeah. I mean, obviously not. But
Yeah.
but it just felt a little glided over, you know.
I can see it. It does all. It happens very fast.
Very quickly,
I'll
yeah.
say that, but they still held us in suspense.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. I was pretty convinced that they were going to be fine.
Right. Well, and just to point out, every quote unquote death we've had in this show so far has been a fake out.
That's true.
Dimple twice,
Mhm.
Reagan, and
Mhm.
Mr. Askiri, and now the Kageyamas.
Yeah.
So yeah, lot of fake outs in this show
No.
because it's a light. It's not super dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of Chewbacca moments in this here
It
TV
doesn't
show.
feel quite as manipulative as the Chewbacca moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
There's better drama than that.
Sure.
Yeah. But yeah,
Most things
so
are.
most things are, yeah.
No.
Not hard, not too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we get 100% obsession mob. He's got to figure out who left the bodies there.
This is the first time we've heard a lot. I mean, I think we've heard some talking from 100% Mob before,
Only a
but
little.
I feel like this is the most talking we've heard from 100% Mob.
I believe so. He would say a few things back at 100% courage and 100% rage,
Mhm.
and a little bit during 100% hostility. But
Mhm.
yeah, this is definitely the most, especially because he's in interrogation mode. He is very very. Where is she? Where's Rachel?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
Batman.
Very,
Yeah.
very that to me, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, you gotta hear him interrogate some guys.
Yeah, it's interesting because his voice is like really different,
Yeah.
and he said swears.
Yeah, you said swear. Well, he said he said a light swear back at 100% rage that first time. He said it's gonna be a hell of a lot easier than making me laugh.
Right. But he said swears.
He said swears.
Said
Come
some
on, Bob.
swears.
This is a family show. No, it's
Yeah.
not. It's rated TV 14.
Yeah. Yeah, he was going hard.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
He was
Uh,
mad.
yeah, that happens when your family's lives are in peril.
And sounding like a angry anime protagonist, you know?
Yeah. Yup.
Going all
Yeah,
Super
it's a
Saiyan.
fun time with that. But yeah, so he doesn't get any information out of those two uh guys he meets, the lightning guy and the muscle guy.
Mhm.
Uh, but then Sakurai and Koyama show up again,
Right, yeah.
pick him up.
That was interesting because, like, see, I thought some of those guys were dead. Maybe not all of them, you know.
Well, I mean, well, if you remember, so we still haven't seen that Muto guy who Mob like melted his brain.
Right, yeah. So I
And
wonder if
Migawa, I believe his name was. That was the fire guy that Teru probably killed.
yeah,
So those two guys aren't around anymore.
ostensibly dead. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, the rest of the 7th division seems to be fine.
gotcha. Okay,
Yeah,
and back in action,
back
back and
back in action. Yeah,
ready to join up with the guy who beat them all up.
yeah. I mean, he's Grandmaster Reagan.
Mm-hmm.
Who wouldn't want to follow him?
Not me.
Not you. Well, I mean, you're also an outside observer, but last time they saw him, he was at 1,000% Reagan. So they're like, dang,
Oh
this
yeah, yeah.
guy's cool. I
That's
like this
fair.
guy. Yeah, yeah, so that's their only impression they have of Reagan is him being awesome.
And I saw the press conference.
Yes, yeah, so yeah, seeing the press conference too, they're like, oh yeah, it's Grandmaster Reagan right there.
Mm-hmm.
He's got it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's yeah, so we got the 7th division there as well as the Awakening Lab kids and the guy who runs the Awakening Lab, Mitsura, I believe his name is.
Mm-hmm.
Uh all of them are together now because yeah, Claw is targeting all of them. Spirits and such got set on fire.
Yeah, that
So
was funny.
good times for Reagan.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they explain the situation, all that, and Reagan, I guess, decides, you know what, I will go along with this logic that Dimple is putting out there and say, yeah, your family's probably fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's the only thing that gets Mob to settle down, and he decides to sleep for the rest of these episodes, just about.
Yeah. So that didn't really turn out to be a great thing.
No,
Maybe they should have kept him pissy.
I mean, but he would have burnt out after some time.
I don't know. We don't know how that works.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you would have burnt out at some point. You let him take a nap.
Not if the anime writer didn't write it that way.
There needs I don't know. I don't know. I just feel we never seen him maintain a 100% for a very long time though.
That's true.
Yeah,
And
he's never he's
he just ran a marathon.
yeah he just ran a marathon. Come on, he's tired. He's
Mm-hmm.
tired. He's had an emotional breakdown. Let the boy take a nap,
Mm-hmm.
like an 8-hour nap or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, you know how it is.
Naps are good.
Yeah, yeah. And so after that, we I believe that's when we cut to show or no, we cut to Toichiro Suzuki. That's where he makes his announcements that he's gonna take over the world.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, big boss man of Claw. Yeah,
Big Boss Man says
yeah,
that he's gonna take over the world. The New World Order.
yeah. The new world order is what everybody's afraid of.
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, and everybody online is calling him like an edgelord and stuff.
Yeah. It's going real pinky in the brain on us, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, so he's oh yeah, we get introduced or does he talk he doesn't talk about the Ultimate 5 yet, does he? That's later, I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
But we
I
meet the
mean,
first one, Hattori, the
they
technology guy.
they start showing people labeled as the Ultimate Five, but he doesn't really talk
Yes.
about that until the second episode, I think.
I think so. I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we yeah, so it's him making his announcement, and that's when we cut over to Sho, who's just like, wow, it's so cringe that my dad is trying to take over the world. Do you see how cringe this is, Ritsu? And therefore revealing that Ritsu is okay.
Yeah, dads are so cringe.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, eh, an awful time to decide to take over the world when your son's 13.
Mm,
'Cause, I mean, obviously, he's not gonna be down with it.
Dad, you're so crazy.
Yeah. So, yeah, Ritsu's alive.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm surprised. What?
You
Ritsu?
you did you did predict that.
Ritsu made it? What?
Yeah.
They didn't kill off Mob's brother?
Yeah, that would've been sad. So they've kept him around.
Nice.
Yep. So, yeah, and it sounds like he's not aware that Sho burnt his house down yet.
Yeah. That'll be
Yeah.
fun. That'll be
Yeah.
fun when he goes home and
His house just isn't there.
yeah, there's no house there anymore. It's a pile of rubble.
And then, Sho will be reported dead within the next hour.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
Yeah.
It's interesting too though, their house was like next to a bunch of other houses, right? You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you control burn just one house? You know?
Luke, I'm not an arsonist, so,
It
I
seems to
I'm not
me
really sure. I mean, they had those, like, brick, uh, outer gates around each house, right?
maybe, I don't know.
I'd have to look again, but
Yeah, I can't
I don't know.
visualize it, but it's like just seems like other houses would probably burn down too. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I mean, that's called collateral damage, man. It
Yeah.
just happens. The world needs to be saved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair
So
enough.
yeah, Ritsu's pretty. I don't know. He's like he's going along with all this, but he's also like, yeah, are my parents okay? Is there anything shady going on here? Also, you keep saying you did something that's gonna piss off my brother.
Yeah.
What was that thing?
On uh a cruise, not cruise, massage trip. The parents.
They're at a hot spring.
Yeah, yeah. Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pampering salon
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, nice little vacation for the Kageyamas.
Yeah, so that's fun.
Yeah. And, yeah, so, oh, yeah, so, one of the things that Sho says to Ritsu after Ritsu's like, "Yeah, you probably shouldn't have pissed off my brother."
Mhm.
Sho says, "Oh, so you've had a hard life too."
Mhm.
They have some, interesting character parallels to look out for.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Show was also in student council.
Yeah, he's also in student council, I mean, just look at him.
He does have that sweet varsity jacket.
Yeah. But you can just buy those.
Yeah, but who does that except for tryhards and student council?
Sure. Yeah, I guess the majority of the rest of the episode is about, like, uh oh, yeah, like, Joseph,
Mhm.
that guy with the shaved head and the cigarette lighter.
Yeah, I liked him.
Yeah, hell, man, it turns out he's, like, a government plant
Mhm.
that is, trying to tear down Claw from the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's like, "Hey guys, let's all do a mutiny. That'll be fun."
Have you ever done a mutiny before? It's really cool.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta try this out, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I guess the five guys that you found were all like really down with that.
Yeah.
But then they're immediately uh, crushed by the uh, couple members of the Ultimate Five, Shibata and Serizawa.
Yeah, like one with the umbrella. Was
Yeah,
that
the Umbrella guy and the Muscles guy.
umbrella and muscles?
Yeah, that's all you need.
Apparently.
That's all you need, man.
Interesting.
Yup. And yeah, and I think that's when he says something like, "As long as I have the big boss man says,
Yeah,
as
yeah.
long as I have the ultimate five,
Mhm.
I'm invincible. I'm unstoppable."
Gotcha.
So
So we must kill the ultimate 5.
yeah, yeah, that's the goal here, I suppose.
Kill them.
Yeah, this is great for our audio podcast too. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh, yeah. So, and then we get introduced to the last, or no, oh yeah. So we met Serizawa, Shibata, Hattori, the technology guy, and the Minagishi plant guy.
Mhm.
And then we're introduced to the last one, Shimazaki.
He
Uh
abducts the prime minister.
yeah, abducts the prime minister, and he can teleport, and he can like sense and predict movements and stuff.
Yeah, he's a little OP.
He's a little OP, yeah. He
Because,
is a
like,
little
he
OP.
he could do the movement thing, but then also, like, a bullet just, like, bounced off his nose.
Yeah, yeah.
What the what
He
what the
he's
heck is
he's pretty
that?
OP. He's pretty OP, yeah.
I don't understand.
It's the ultimate five, Luke. I
Yeah.
mean, you want him to grab some wimpy people here? No, he's gonna get the best ones.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. It's just that, there's always, like, a weird balance between, like, uh just coming up with the most obnoxious, like, characters that a 5-year-old would come up with when asked to, like, put together superpowers or whatever, you know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah.
And then, like, having characters with, like, interesting powers, but, like, they have to be you have to be a little more creative with how they use them.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, I don't know. I like Shimazaki, but, I've seen the whole thing, so
it is a cool combo of powers and, like, yeah, I don't know, Mob Psycho, I guess, is not as, to me, dependent on a lot of the anime fight stuff. Like, the anime fight stuff's cool when it happens, but it's like,
Mhm.
it's not like Dragon Ball or anything where, you know,
It
fight
hinges on the fights.
fights are the meat and potatoes, and you can't really come up with cooler and cooler powers for these guys. So basically what happens is new guy shows up and it's like, "Well, this guy is stronger than the last guy."
Right, 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 yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, "In what way?"
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get you on that, yeah.
So, yeah.
Eh.
But it's just a thing I observed, I guess, about shows with powers. It seems like sometimes to make the bigger bad guys, you just gotta give them more and more ridiculous combinations of powers.
True. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
It's probably something that, like, pops up in, like, My Hero Academia kinda stuff too, is
Mhm.
just stronger, like, ability to disintegrate people and stuff, just,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
popping up. Like, well, I can, uh, shoot fire.
Yeah, yeah. It is interesting. I get that's not quite I guess power creep is what people call it, because it,
Um, I've heard power creep in response to I've heard the term power creep used in regards to gotcha games.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I guess it could still apply because I think the idea is that like you introduce characters early on, but as you put out more characters for the gotcha, in order to make them enticing, you have to make them stronger and more useful. So it's
I
like
see.
newer characters are almost immediately better than all the old characters.
Okay, yeah.
And so
Okay, I could see that being a thing in
I guess
Gacha, yeah.
yeah, that could apply to anime too though, I guess,
Yeah,
cuz it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
you kind of establish these core heroes with their more traditional set of powers where it's like, get together in the writer's room and go like, "Oh, well this guy can do this and this guy can do that," and but like as the show goes on, it's like we have to introduce more interesting powers. The powers are probably going to get more insane as you go.
Yeah,
But
exactly. Yeah.
but all the characters that you started off with have the same powers that you came up with at the beginning. So
Yeah, that's when you make them get kind of power up or whatever,
sure, yeah, you
and do something to, another training montage, a few more squats,
right. I mean,
learn a new ability.
right. I mean, you can work that out with like a Deku character, right? Where it's
Yeah.
like he's got some amount of potential that is untapped, and therefore, whenever the power creep starts to happen with the villains, it's just like, oh, well, now Deku's Spider-Man. I've just decided that Deku is Spider-Man.
And I need you to watch season 5 one day so that you can like understand why that is and why I
Uh-huh.
think it's cool.
Okay. But I
Oh
guess
no.
it's like similar with Mob. There's not going to be a problem, I think, with this sort of power creep or whatever, because
Yeah.
obviously Mob just has a emotionally distraught beat everything button.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So we get to kind of see a little bit more from Shimazaki here because Teru decides to fight him.
hmm Yes, that was interesting too, because like Teru's now just like doing anything.
Yeah, because I mean he's just learning things, and I mean he's working with like the Awakening Lab kids on getting their psychic powers better. So obviously
hmm
he's training himself too, or whatever.
Sure, I guess just like the psychic powers thing is kind of amorphous. It's like
Yes.
ostensibly can Teru learn how to teleport? Like if he is just picking up ideas from people along the lines, or like
Yeah,
is
I'm not really sure because you're right. It is very amorphous, and there aren't a lot of rules here, in my opinion. So it is hard to say
yeah,
like what a character can and cannot learn or whatever.
right, because we're setting up things that are kind of like quirks, where it's like this guy can do this thing and this guy can do that thing,
Hmm.
but like it hasn't been established that it's like a quirk where you are just born with this innate ability to do this one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously Teru, um, like the big thing in this fight was that he can do pyrokinesis now.
Yeah.
Which obviously he picked up from the pyro guy.
Hmm. Well, when you kill somebody,
Yeah, I
you
guess.
absorb their
Yeah, when
powers.
you kill someone, do you absorb their powers? Is that what's happening?
I mean, I mean that could have been what happens. Um,
I don't know. They have not been direct with this.
they have not. No. Um, Yeah, I don't know. That is a good question
Yeah.
about what because like the air whips makes sense to me because that's just like using his psychic energy and then like making it into a whip or whatever.
Sure.
that's like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, I get him learning that technique or whatever." But, I can see how, like, pyrokinesis is like, "Well, how'd you figure that one out?"
I don't know, there's no rules.
No.
Ostensibly, Mob can do pyrokinesis too, you know?
Yeah, if you wanted to.
If ever he needs to, like, light a candle or something, you know? They'll just go like,
Yeah.
"Oh, and Mob now knows pyrokinesis."
Yeah, I mean, good for him, honestly.
It's just the sort of thing where I guess the writing is not super concerned
Yeah.
with setting up, like, a hard system for how all this works.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that
I kinda like
yeah.
the looseness of it. I don't need to know the ins and outs
Sure.
of everything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just pointing out that it's different than, like, My Hero or
Mm.
something with, like, a hard magic system or whatever.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I get you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I was thinking when watching Teru, it's like, "Oh, everyone's the Avatar in this show." They can just learn whatever.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
maybe just the special boys, I don't know.
yeah. I mean, what was it that Taylor said about me and Kageyama, we both count as, like, 1,000 people.
This is true.
Yeah.
Teru's cool.
Taylor is very cool. He does get beat
Admittedly
here, but
yeah,
very cool.
admittedly, though, in this fight, I was a little more persuaded by his spiky Naruto haircut.
Oh, yeah, you is this finally, like, working for you here? You're like, "Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah."
looked a little cooler than, like, if he had the luscious locks going on.
I see.
He definitely seemed more like he could beat the crap out of somebody. He had
Yeah.
that aggressive cut going on, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But, every once in a while, I'll see, like, a fan art of him, and
Mhm.
it won't be, like, colored in, and I'll just be like, "Hey, why is Mob hanging out with Bakugo?"
Bakugo.
And I just have to take a moment and go, "Oh, no, wait, that's Teru."
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Bakugo's spiky hair is out there.
Yeah, it is a little more out there, a little more
It looks
looking like an
it looks
explosion.
it looks more like Naruto to me.
Yeah, yeah. Teru's is a little more Naruto, yes.
He should get a headband
Yeah.
and learn some jutsu.
I mean, he already basically has, I mean.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, so, Teru, gets defeated by Shimazaki here, and that's the last thing we see in this episode is Teru on the ground, POV shot.
Getting his butt kicked.
Yeah, yeah. So, even with all he's learned, it's not enough. Not yet.
Yeah, not for the ultimate 5.
Yeah, they're the ultimate 5.
Yeah.
Woo. Anything else you wanted to say about this episode, or we can move on to the next?
I can't remember if it's this episode or next episode where Sho makes that remark about Ritsu.
It's
Um,
next episode, but we can talk about it right now if you wanna.
yeah, let's go ahead and talk about that. That was interesting
Yeah.
that, he
Yes.
claimed that he has more potential than Mob.
Yes, he says he has, more potential than Mob, and what do you say exactly here? Because I think I wrote this down specifically.
Hoo-hoo.
Well, yeah, yeah, because I think it's an interesting conversation here.
Mhm,
Oh, yeah, he says, "Ritsu, your light abilities far surpass your brothers."
mhm,
And then he says, "No way that's true." He says, "Keep pushing until it's true. You gotta believe in yourself like me with my dad. I am much stronger."
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. Because now I don't know if, like, he's making like a judgment, like if he's saying like, "Oh yes, I've looked at your latent abilities, I've looked at your aura or whatever, and I can tell that your power level could far surpass
Right.
your brothers." Or
Mhm.
if he's just saying like, "If you believe in yourself, you can be stronger than Mob,"
Uh-huh.
because like arguably, if Mob believes in himself, he can be stronger than Ritsu. Like, so what the hell are we talking about?
Yeah, I have some things I could say, but I think I'm gonna save it for probably the next set of episodes or maybe the even the
Yeah.
next ones. But,
I mean, it'll be cool to see Ritsu, get jacked with psychic powers, I'm
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah,
into
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
He's already got the hair for it, his hair doesn't even have to go Super Saiyan.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
His hair just ruffles a little bit. So it's like he's predisposed to.
Super Saiyan, yes.
Maybe that's what he was talking about.
Yeah, he's like, you already you look like an anime protagonist,
Yeah,
Ritsu,
your
you
anime protagonistness is uh, predisposing you to being better than bowl cut Mob,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because of his dumb bowl cut.
He likes it.
I guess so.
Yeah, I don't know. Um, oh yeah, so then I want to bring up about Ritsu and Sho here.
Hmm.
Let's see. So, I'm gonna show you some like promotional materials.
Hmm.
Um, basically stuff that they would put out in like magazines and stuff like before episodes were coming out and whatnot. Um,
Hmm.
let's see. Okay, there we go. Okay,
Ah.
so this is a poster that is a season 2 poster.
Hmm.
Um, and I'm gonna send you the cropped image of this.
I'm zooming in on my thing.
Okay. Well, I'll send it to you cropped though, just in case you can't
Okay.
find them in here. I'm gonna send you like two
Well,
other.
there's Tsubomi not doing anything. Um, oh, they have Emmy, my favorite girl.
Yeah, best girl me.
Remember when she showed up and she did things?
She did do things. Can't argue with that.
That was cool. I liked that. Telekinesis Club,
Yeah, telepathy.
whatever. They don't do anything.
They don't.
They could be the Aardvark Club for all I care.
That's true. Yeah. But yeah. So if you go to the chat where I have images, then I did crop Ritsu and Show here. It also rotated the image because they're like upside down in the actual image.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm looking at them, but like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I guess I'll come and look at whatever you. Oh, you sent me lots of things.
Yeah, yeah, just a few things. Cause so in all of these images, and I'm not sure if this middle one where they're all in winter wear came out before the season. It might have come out during the season, but either
Hmm.
way, in a lot of promotional images, Sho and Ritsu are together in some way.
Hmm.
And I wonder how many people looked at those and went, "Oh, Sho's going to become an ally," or if they went, "Oh, Ritsu's going to turn to the dark side."
Oh, okay.
And I wonder about that. So, if anybody listening, saw these before you watched the season, did you think it was, Ritsu doing a heel turn or that Sho is actually on their side?
Interesting. Like, I mean, with how the story works, I guess it would make more sense to me that that show would become an ally.
Oh, yeah.
They have a common enemy. Show's
Well,
dad.
yeah, I meant like before the season, though.
Oh, so this was like before the season even showed up and we knew that show.
Yeah, before these episodes, we had no idea that show was gonna be against Claw.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So like, and that like bottom image with like the umbrella and all that jazz. That was like I think the season 2 like announcement poster.
Yeah. Freaking freaking Dimple was just taking over some random guy.
Oh, that's the security guard from Claw.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
they use him in a lot of posters for some reason, even though that guy never shows up ever again. But they just like giving him a human form sometimes.
Yeah, they just want to have somebody stock laying around for Dimple.
Yeah, so they just kind of bring that guy back in several promotional images for like no
They
reason.
are they are looking snazzy here though. Let me tell
Yeah,
you.
they're really dressed to the nines. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Freaking Teru is got the ice on his wrist, you know what I mean? He's got like
He is eye style. Yeah,
yeah, got got the bling on his ring, you know?
yeah,
And then is that Reagan?
yeah. That's Reagan. Yeah,
He's wearing glasses.
they like to accessorize Reagan. Like I think Bones is just so happy to draw anybody in anything different. Just anytime they can draw them in things that are not hoodies and t-shirts. They're
Right.
like, well, let's go crazy. There's even more ridiculous outfits in other promotional images.
Nice. I
Yeah,
like that, you know? It's like
yeah. Let me find the one that I'm thinking of.
Bones is really picking up the slack for one here, you know?
Oh my gosh.
Hey, they've got the flying police car. Or the flying car, I guess. It's not a flying police car.
Yeah, yeah. They got the flying car in there. That's a really fun kind of Where's Waldo sort of poster to look at. You know, you see
Yeah.
something new every time. I think Mob's in there just like by himself.
Yeah, I'm looking for Mob.
He is he's right above Teru.
Right above Teru. Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry. I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
looking
yeah.
above Teru as in
Oh no, not like above Teru's head, but
right.
above. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a very disorienting poster.
he is just by himself.
Yeah.
He's just a look at this sad boy.
Yeah, look at this sad boy. I haven't looked. I forgot what the context of that panel was. I still don't remember.
He was a sad boy.
Obviously that's what was going on.
Look at him. Look at
Just
how
look at him.
sad he is. He's sad because he's separated from his true love, Emmy. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah, exactly. Then body improvement clubs just working out,
Yeah, fight on.
doing sit-ups. Is that
Yeah,
is that Muto
hold on.
in the poster? Right by Kuro whatever? Kurosawa maybe?
I don't know who Kurosawa is.
Did I make that up? Is that a made up
Yeah,
name?
that's not anybody's name. Oh, okay, Sakurai and Koyama there.
Yeah, Koyama.
Yeah, okay. That's not Muto.
Okay.
That's I believe his name's Meraki.
Uh-huh.
I know he kind of looks like Muto,
He does.
but not really.
Okay.
That's the guy who does the ethereal bodies.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Then Tsubomi. Tsubomi. Why won't you do something?
Yeah, here's one of them. featuring a security guard.
And featuring cactus hair.
Yeah, Katniss Everdeen.
Cactus hair Teru.
Yeah, the platonic form of Teru.
The platonic form of Teru.
Yeah, so they just went absolutely ham with these outfits, especially Teru's wearing a fluffy jacket over a button-up shirt, but also shorts and camo leggings? Question
Yeah,
mark.
that would be camo leggings, yeah.
Yep. So
See, the more of these I see, the more it looks like they're gearing show up to be part of the gang.
yeah, yeah, and so I do wonder how many people, felt spoiled on that, like, because like I said, I got to be really surprised when show showed up at the door in episode 8.
Right,
He
right.
that was like scary. That was like, oh my gosh, oh no,
Huh.
danger, gonna kill everybody.
I wonder, do anime fans care about spoilers? Like,
Yeah.
are they
No,
well,
well, I'm wondering how many people, like in Japan and stuff, are looking up these magazines and things and haven't read the manga.
sure, sure.
I think sometimes, well, especially like I think some of the season 2 trailers, especially I watched, and went, oh, this feels more for the manga readers than it does for people who haven't seen the anime before.
Mhm,
And same thing with these, so they've been doing these like character trailers for season 3 where they
mhm.
kind of show kind of a montage of things from the first 2 seasons about the characters, and then they say something that they're gonna say in season 3 that's really only significant if you've read the manga.
Okay.
So those feel very catered towards manga fans, but they don't feel too spoilery either. For the most part, I think that Taylor's trailer gave away a little too much in my opinion, but.
Mm, interesting. Teru's trailer.
But yeah, that was a fun little detour. Looking at some of the bones art here. I like these artworks a lot. They're fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
They're
do
just
seem good.
fun. It's some very ridiculous outfits here.
Yes, more anime than, the outfits they usually wear.
Yeah, they don't got the shonen drip in Mob Psycho 100.
The shonen drip.
Yeah.
I'm dripping.
Yep.
Dripping. How many volumes of Mob Psycho manga are there?
I wanna say 15, but I'm not sure.
15. That's a lot.
Something like that. It's 101 chapters long.
Oh, that's cool.
But they did that by so the chapters all vary in length
Uh-huh.
greatly, and
Okay.
they're also named 80.1, 80.2, 80.3, stuff like that.
Oh, so it's not actually 101 chapters.
Yeah, not exactly.
That's dumber. It's more dumb.
It's a little more dumb, but I mean, I appreciate the effort.
I'm
And again,
looking to
they
see
vary in length.
I was looking to see if there's like a box set out there.
Well, they're not done translating it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Dark Horse has been taking years to translate this, and I don't know why.
So did you read fan translations?
Yes,
How do you know if fans know what they're doing?
I don't know. I just have to rely on that.
That's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate, but
They've got the
you
one
gotta
1 through 5 in a box set.
neat.
I don't think there's actually a box, which is unfortunate.
Oh, well then, what's the point of calling it a box set?
I like a good box.
Oh yeah. Did you see that they made a single volume of all of One Piece?
What? One
Yeah,
Piece?
well,
Um, I'm not.
Let's see if I can find
I'm not
this.
sure what to call it. I just typed in. Would it be called All-in-One Edition?
Maybe.
Because I found a Death Note All-in-One Edition, which is pretty
That's a lot
cool.
more sensible than putting One Piece in one volume.
Well, and One Piece isn't even done, right?
It's not even done now. It's all of One Piece so far.
That's stupid. That's like Tyler's complaint on You Hate Movies about doing the Marvel tier list.
Oh, okay. Well, I understand as you
Yeah, yeah.
go. I mean, they're
Sure.
individual movies. It's not one story. I'm sending you a screenshot.
I did find a box set of volumes 1 through 23, which is
Of
of One Piece,
of One Piece. Oh yeah, yeah.
which is such a insignificant amount of the story.
Trying to think what all happened there.
There's
That'd be
been
okay. That would be before Skypiea.
I don't know what that means. There's been like
Yeah,
4 box sets.
yeah. I mean, that's what they have to do. Did you get my screenshot?
Sorry, I was looking at the internet.
Yeah.
No, I don't have your screenshot.
Denson.
No.
I mean, I sent it to your phone.
Oh, my phone. You gotta be more specific.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I could have sent that through Discord because I have Discord on my phone, but I sent it to you in a text.
Oh my lordy lord.
Yeah, look at that. 21 uh yeah, 21,540 pages.
That's not even a book anymore.
Yeah, I know. It's like it's very impractical. It very much just be kind of
Yeah.
I guess just like a talking. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
practical. It's just like I have this sort of thing. And what would that say? 1,900 pounds. Let's see.
Yeah. I mean, I think they've realized that if you make physical objects, One Piece fans will buy them.
Yeah, yeah. So that was about it being 1,900. Or is that euros or pounds? Hold on. Euros. Hold on. Okay, I looked it up in pounds. Yeah, that'd be like $1,800.
That's insanity.
Yeah, so I mean, definitely more of a collector's item than anything else. I'll have to see how much of this is relevant in the podcast.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll be editing this and being like, okay, us talking about a bunch of images here. But yeah, yeah.
you call the shots.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, I have fun showing you some of Bones' interesting images here.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jay. Very cool.
Yep. So,
Jay is also wearing the signature hot sauce shirt.
yes, that's what I would be wearing if I were a cartoon character who wore the same thing every day.
Yes.
The animators would hate it.
Signature hot sauce shirt.
Oh no, they would do the chowder texture thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
beautiful.
Yep. Let's see. Okay, so back to the episode. Yes,
Uh-huh.
Show's a very interesting character to me, and we'll learn more about him as we go. Uh, Claw has taken over the cultural tower
Hmm.
of Seasoning City, and they've done that because Toichiro is from there.
Right.
He says it's for tactical advantage only, not because of any sort of affection for his hometown or anything.
Right.
And
Plus, it
also
was just
because the
more
rice omelet.
convenient. Yeah.
Yeah, the rice omelets are great there. They
Sure.
use 4 eggs per serving.
Mhm. But it's also more convenient for storytelling.
Yeah, well, I mean, do you want Mob to, like, have to take a bus to go save the world?
Yeah,
He
you know?
can't drive. Well, I guess he
That's
could float a car, but, I could
yeah!
see him I get no, but I could see him in, like, a state of emergency, just not thinking to do that and just going, "Oh, but I gotta wait for the for the bus to get here."
That was really funny, though, where he tried to drive the car by floating it, you know?
Yeah, 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 yeah. He's like, You guys aren't taking me to my family? Shut up."
Yeah,
It's like,
that
"No, but
was
we
good.
got Master Reagan." He's like, "Oh, why didn't you tell me earlier? I wanna see Master Reagan."
Yeah, I want Reagan.
So, yeah, so they're there in the cultural tower, and, we check back up on, I don't know what to call them all as a group. Claw, the Awakening Lab guys, and our protagonists, basically.
Yeah,
All of them are together, and Teru is like physically ill after uh his defeat to Shimazaki.
yeah,
So
he's
that's
got
fun.
like a fever or something.
Yeah, yeah. He says that the same thing happened after Mob beat him. Uh,
Yeah,
had
he's just
nightmares about it for days.
he's just very vain, I guess, you know?
Yeah, very vain, but probably also, he's fighting for his life all the time with like Claw and whatnot. With that guy breaking into his
All the
house and
time.
everything. I mean, at
All
least
all
frequently
the
enough
time.
that when that guy showed up, he was like, "I'm looking for Hanazawa," and he's like, "Oh, Hanazawa. Oh yeah, he lives downstairs." He's vigilant about these things,
Sure.
you know. So yeah,
I just
so
I just recall several episodes of, 1, him not being there, or 2, him hanging out in Reagan's office. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, we don't see, this show is mostly from Mob's perspective. We don't know what he does on the weekends.
Yeah.
But yeah. So oh yeah, yeah, sorry, they waterboarded that guy last episode too.
Yeah!
Yeah, more waterboarding.
That's just their first inclination
Yeah.
when they want information.
Yeah, that's what Taylor
First
does.
inclination when they want information.
Yeah, that's Teru's special move. Waterboarding.
Taylor's special move. Yeah, I mean, make
Yeah.
its results.
It does. It
Yeah.
absolutely does, yeah.
The US government would be proud.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, speaking of
These
special moves,
these are these are George W. Bush's favorite episodes.
oh god. Oh no. Speaking of special moves,
Yeah.
Reagan's there and he's being a real normie about all this. He's like, "Oh yeah, we should call the police about
Yeah.
this." Like but then he gets a call from his insurance.
Mhm.
And they said, if he can't prove how it happened, they won't cover it.
Yeah.
So he's like, "All right, I gotta go find this arsonist."
Yeah, I didn't know that Reagan was such a cop, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's a normie, man.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What a cop.
Yeah, what a cop. Yeah, so yeah, so but he's ready to command everybody now that his insurance is on the line.
Mm.
He's gotta save spirits and such. Can't have that.
Yeah. Well, that makes me wonder too, like, you know, since Sho is the one who burned down Mob's house,
Mhm.
I guess we don't know who burned down Spirit and such.
Yeah, we don't, not yet at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what happens if someone burns down podcasts and such, you know?
Well, I mean, we have a very ethereal location here. Uh, we can record anywhere.
Here at the offices of podcasts and such, you
Yeah.
know. We have insurance on our no?
On our offices? No, man, we're
Yeah.
gonna live forever.
Oh, okay, cool. Excellent.
I don't need no insurance.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, that's good. That's fine.
Ugh. Yep. So, yeah, so Reagan's gonna figure out who arsoned his business.
Mhm,
But yeah, so and then that's when we cut to the scene with Sho and Ritsu we already talked about.
mhm,
And so they're on their way. They've beaten up all kinds of lackeys. Um,
mhm.
yeah, to which Ritsu says, like, I don't know if you even need me here, man. Like, you seem to be doing all right.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, Minagishi shows up, Plant
Mhm,
Man, and we get to show off those three guys that are with Sho.
mhm,
They're kind of a really balanced team of support, attack, and defense. Their names are Fukuda, Higashio, and Otsuki.
mhm. The perfect team.
Perfect team. So show's like been planning this for some time, it seems.
Mhm.
And as Minagishi says, it's like, oh, you're going through your rebellious phase right now. Again, real bad idea to plan on taking over the world when your son's 13.
Yeah.
It's he's been planning this for 20 years. You don't want to move that schedule a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Could have moved it up just a tad. I don't think a 10-year-old would have fought you.
Yeah. Probably not, yeah.
So,
Huh? We'll see what happens, I guess.
though I guess he did, because she's a scar. That little girl, Mukai, I believe her name is,
Mhm.
because she's a scar. She fought the boss. So, I mean, he's not above fighting children.
True, but, like, he, or she used puppets.
Yeah, that's true. But
But
she's
I
still
guess
got a scar on her
she
face,
still
though.
got a scar on her face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Who knows how strong a younger show was?
So he does beat children.
Does beat children.
We have evidence.
We got the evidence. Yeah, so we get like a bunch of like Reagan voicing over the plans and all that. Oh, we're gonna move cars and stuff, make them think we're
Mhm.
doing that, but we're not. Nobody's in the cars. Just to
Right.
split up their formations and all that jazz.
Yeah.
Uh, to which the Awakening Labs kids are kind of helping out with that, but it is mostly Teru.
Taylor's a boss.
It's like helping me lift heavy luggage, but with your pinky finger. Was it
Nice.
too much to say? Not really. Teru's quite the character.
Taylor is quite the character. I like him.
Yeah. And then what's his name? Takeuchi shows up. That's the guy
Mhm.
we barely talked about last season because he didn't do anything. He just made a face with his super Qigong technique.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
He
that guy.
still hasn't done much, right? I
He
mean,
still hasn't done anything on screen, at least.
okay.
Yeah, but then, and so the rest of the group's down in like the sewers trying to get to the cultural tower to go
Mhm.
fight the big boss man.
Yeah.
And so, meanwhile, Reagan's got to watch over Mob because he's still asleep.
Mhm.
But that's when some claw guys come and infiltrate their hideouts.
Mhm.
So, they gotta get out of there, and he hides in like a fridge or whatever with Mob. That's when he knocks those guys out with his cursed cologne
Right, right.
that he stole from Sakurai.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So
a good
knocks
good
those guys out.
good callback to
Yeah,
him actually swiping it.
Yeah, he took it and he kept it.
Ah.
Yeah, consistency.
Mhm.
Yeah, but then Shibata shows up,
Mhm.
Mr. Ultimate 5 here. And yeah, he so it worked on him once, but then the curse clone stops working on him.
Mhm.
So that's
Yeah, yeah.
fun. Yeah.
This is the big buff man, right?
Yeah, big buff man, yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
and
He's
yeah,
he's cool.
he's like basically out to kill a mob.
Mhm.
uh,
But
s-
he has to get through Dimple.
possessing mob first, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So Dimple possesses Mob again, and he does his best to try and fight him, but I mean, he's only
Ev
got Mob's physical ability to try and beat this guy up.
Yeah, which was weird. It's like, use his psychic powers, right? I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
or
I guess he could tap into that right now, but I don't know. I'm trying to think of what all he could have thrown in there, or whatever. I don't know.
because as we've seen from Mob's previous, attempts at physical combat, you
Yeah,
know,
world's softest sponges.
world's softest punches,
Yeah,
and so even if you have some confidence behind that kick, it's like
yeah.
Mob's legs are wet noodles.
Right. I'm wondering, does like Mob need to be awake for him to tap into those powers? Because he
I don't
wasn't
know.
able to use Mob's powers, at least not as much when Mob's soul wasn't in his body, you
Right.
know? But here, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe Dimple just kind of sucks. Can't really
Yeah,
beat
maybe
him.
Dimple just kind of sucks. That's that's the takeaway from here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he does his best to try and fight him, but he's just like, "Oh, you know what? We're not gonna win this. I'm gonna leave."
Yeah.
So he
And then
does.
and then that guy pursues him
Yes,
and
into the streets.
yeah, and yeets him.
Yeah. Well, but not before they run into Tsubomi for a second.
Oh
More
yeah,
screen
sure.
time for
Yeah.
her.
Tsubomi does what she always does and stands there. She she stands there.
Yeah, certainly does.
If it weren't for that spirit and such extension, this would have been the next time we saw her aside from like the first episode, right?
Yeah, basically. Well, no, we saw her in the marathon.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she's there.
She stood there.
Yeah, that's what she does.
Yeah. She did so well.
Yeah, she did a really good job of standing there.
Mhm.
But then, yeah, Shibata does yeet Mob across the city.
Mhm.
The Body Improvement Club is running on a different route today because of the state of emergency that the city's in, but they're still out running because, they're really dedicated to the grind.
Yeah.
And so they catch him.
That just made me think of like the sort of meme around like, thank you for making me grind harder, you
Oh,
know. That
yeah.
was sort of the attitude of the Body Improvement Club. It was like, well, we need to run a different route anyway to keep our minds fresh or something. Like,
Yeah.
thank you for this inconvenience, officer. It only makes me grind harder.
Yes. Yes. Oh, they're so good. They're so good. Oh man. Well, we just find out just how ride or die they are this episode.
Yeah.
Shibata shows up, everybody, is ready to take a shot here, like Onigawara.
Yeah.
He's ready to protect his shadow leader.
Shadow Leader, White Tea Poison.
Yeah, he's ready to he punches he does his demon rush.
Hmm.
Doesn't work, but he does it.
Yeah.
And man, we get Shibata freaking stepping on Musashi's back as he protects Mob. And boy, the sound design of that is just gross.
Yeah.
it's just so painful sounding. Ugh. But he's
Mhm.
like, yeah, Kageyama, he's a good and decent guy, and you shouldn't be stepping on him, man.
That's right.
And so Dimple possesses Musashi because he's like, yeah, Bob's not gonna help here
Yeah.
in this situation.
Yes.
So yeah, we get
But
a cool fight with Musashi and Shibata.
yeah, and he is able to buff up Musashi a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, something about like being able to like push him to his like human limits or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
which are pretty high given,
Yes.
the whole body improvement thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's out there grinding, man.
Yeah. Rise and
Muscles
grind.
made from grinding are better than muscles made from psychic powers.
This is true.
Yeah. So yeah, they do temporarily defeat Shibata for a second there. But then gets up again.
Yeah.
And then Mob slams him into a crater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Took him long enough.
Took him long enough, so Mob's finally awake.
Mhm.
Gets to be informed of the situation off screen or whatever, because that's the last thing we hear him say is, "Tell me what happened,
Mm.
because I have been sleeping."
I've been taking a nap.
Yep. So now he's ready to go. He's ready for we only got we only got 3 more episodes, so
Yeah.
yeah, he's got to be ready. Got to be ready for the finale.
Nice.
Yeah, good stuff.
And then we end with the show thing that we already talked about, right?
No, the show thing was earlier, right?
Oh, I can't remember. It's all scrambled in my brain.
They pack a lot into these episodes.
Yeah.
In my notes here, the show thing was earlier.
Okay. Well, okay.
But oh yeah, one thing I did want to talk about is we have an interesting scene with the big boss man and the Ultimate Five as he breaks them up or whatever to go do their things or whatever, and he says to Serizawa
Mhm.
that he's got no remorse about what's happening here, and that sacrifices must be made for world domination, which Serizawa seems to have some doubts about.
Mhm.
So he tells Serizawa, the secret behind my unflinching positive attitude is that I've never once concerned myself with how others feel.
Right, yeah.
And so as long as he can depend on himself, he is
Mhm.
unstoppable. So he advises Serizawa to do the same.
There you go.
Yep. So that's the big boss man we're up against these next few episodes here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Unflinching positivity.
He's on that
Positivity, guys.
positive grind set.
Yeah, the positive. Yeah, so the next episode, unless you have anything else you want to say about this last one.
I think I'm good.
All right, the next episode is called Guidance Psychic Sensor.
Mhm.
Not a very telling title.
No. And I guess are we gonna do a threefer next week or
So what I was thinking here is that the second OVA is 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So we're just gonna do it like regular.
Okay, cool.
If you
So
want to do that, unless you want to like split them up. Because yeah, if you're willing to do a 3-part here, I think the finale could be fun to discuss all together. Um,
yeah, it kind of feels like it would be more consistent. I mean,
yeah,
to just like
you want to do that instead?
discuss it all. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? I think you're right. We'll
I
do
don't I,
that.
I don't want to cut off before the final episode, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, let's do it all together. And then we'll do the OVA the next time or whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, and that might. So okay. So I actually may have timed this out a little less well than I had thought.
Oh, okay.
But it's okay if we end up with like 2 episodes in the queue or whatever.
Yeah,
Okay,
when
so
does the show premiere?
October 5th.
Okay.
So if we do all 3 episodes next week, that'll
Mhm.
be October 1st,
Okay.
which I think I'll be out of town.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'll have to see how I can squeeze in time there. We
Yeah,
may
yeah.
do like a late night thing or something.
Yeah, whatever works.
Yeah.
I'm flexible.
And so October 8th, we can either we can watch the OVA like with the first episode of season 3.
Yeah, that's possible. Because I
Yeah.
mean, I didn't have anything to say about the last OVA.
Well, and this OVA is not a recap.
Yeah.
It's an original story. It's 30 minutes.
I thought the last one was too kind of. Well, I mean,
Yeah, it was a recap with a framing device that was a new
okay.
story.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And that's where the bulk of the
Yeah.
runtime came from, was from the recap. But then the last bit of it with Reagan retelling the claw stuff, that last 20 minutes or so, feels so new because it's pasting Reagan's face over everybody.
Yeah, that was
uh,
fun.
yeah, that was fun. Yeah, so yeah, we can watch season 3, episode 1 with the OVA, or I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like that might still.
It might feel weird. Let me just say, this OVA is not essential,
Yeah.
but it is fun or whatever. They may do like a break week at some point
And we'll
in the show.
toss the OVA in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, whatever works.
Yeah, I think they're probably gonna do a break week at some point,
Yeah.
depending. Maybe.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
not, we'll cap off the whole show with this, just the OVA. Be like, well, all right, one last little thing.
Yeah. Because this is the end, right? Season 3.
Yeah, this is gonna be it. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yep. So yeah, any I'm probably gonna cut out all that inside baseball. But
That's fine.
but yeah, any predictions for next episode? Any like matchups you want to see? You know, we got the Ultimate 5. Well, we got Shibata gone, but so
Yeah. I know Mob.
we got 4 of the Ultimate 5 who could potentially fight anybody.
Yeah. I watched the end thing, so it's like
Yes.
Mob's gonna fight the plant guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's my prediction.
Any other matchups or predictions here?
I want to see Ritsu go off on somebody.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Got to put that rage somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see Reagan turn into a psychic master.
Yeah, you know, I want him to unlock his latent psychic abilities. That's all I want to see.
I'd like to see him fall into like a vat of something, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. How a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
mean,
people
yeah.
get their powers, you know.
Sure, yeah. And get bit by something.
Yeah, exactly.
Get bit by a psychic.
Like Deku got bit by a spider at some point.
Oh god. Luke's never gonna be over this. Ever. He hasn't even seen season 5.
It was really shocking. It was I was not expecting it.
God. But alright. Yeah, do you want to wrap up, or do you have anything else you want to say?
I think that's it. I think we're good.
Thanks for listening to Podcasts and Such. Join us next week as we watch the final 3 episodes of Season 2, that being 11, 12, and 13. See you then.
Bye.